learning in this environment. Thank you so much.
Next up, we've got Alex Tang, Aeronaut.
So the translation business is a $65 billion business industry in the year 26. And in Houston, we have over 100 spoken languages. And the four major languages is English, Spanish, Chinese, and Vietnamese. But then, so we try English trying to take over the world. There's a major problem. The English keyboard has only 26 letters, but most of the world's languages will use tones and accent marks. So the English is not capable, the keyboard itself is not capable of taking over the world with this 26 letter alone. And so my company, they try to solve that problem. We try to make the keyboard super keyboard, okay? And so what you see right now, there's a lot of accent marks and tones. English is very few. English world language doesn't have tones. And then Vietnamese alone has up to 9 different tone and accent marks. So if you can solve the Vietnamese keyboard problem, you can essentially solve 1/3 of the world's languages with tones and accent marks, right? And then so for the past 10 years, my job is to find out how do we make the English keyboard a super keyboard, okay? So my company have able to come up with a keyboard that you can type up to 4 languages, English, Spanish, Chinese, and Vietnamese under one platform 3 times faster. You can type syllables, you can type shorthand, and you can also type stacked alphabets. In case you have a question, what's stacked alphabet? I would love to talk to you after the show. Okay? And so, in order for me to bring this to market, I want to test them out. So in Houston, we have a bilingual program. Texas have about, in Houston alone, we have about 10,000 dual Vietnamese students in classes. So at one weekend, I brought this keyboard, I bring it to the temples, to one of the teachers, and show the kids. I just lay the keyboard out, the kids just look at them and play with them for 2 hours. After 2 hours, they know how to tap the keyboard without me showing them, because all the letters up there, we don't have to look and remember anything, okay? And then, in order for me to do a business, to sustain my business, I want to provide this keyboard to one computer, one student for $49 per unit, software and keyboard installation. If you want training, I'll charge more, but this is basic. But every year, I want to go and you have the annual renewal because I want to keep coming back for more, okay? And then in the next 6 months, I want to attack 6 different schools. 1 month, 1 school per month. That's how I grow my business. And in the long run, I want to incorporate it into the actual school program in Texas bilingual program for the kids to learn how to become dual citizens. And then what I need help is, if you are school decision makers, educators, board members, I would love to talk to you, help me, help you get this into schools so you can show your kids how to type in 2 languages, make them better citizens, not just 1 language. Thank you so much. Any more questions? I'm open for questions and answers.
My name's not the schools are really tough markets. Do you have any plan of how to approach them? And what level school are you looking for? College or high school?
Yes, right now, because my company is a veteran-owned business, and there's always government set aside a certain amount every year to provide funding for the school, right? So my company will go into that route, offer this solution to the school, and then talk to the administrator, the one who make decision of how to incorporate technology so the teachers can help the students learn better and faster.
We'll talk more later.
Yeah, talk to me. Anyone else? You have to start from somewhere, because I come from language background. I learned language from kids. So the best way to get the kid to learn something is start them young. Adult like us, really hard to learn. We start to change our way. So the best way to start with the kids and kids learn language faster. They are like sponges, right? Any more questions, sir?
On the keyboard, since you're adding a row of keys, could they be reprogrammed for other uses, or like
Yes,
that way
you can.
if somebody's not using it, they could use it. And you just that company could use those keys for some other purpose. If they're not using it.
Sure. Well, essentially, my keyboard is a physical keyboard, and you can have a software that can add up to 4 languages in one platform. And then when you train software, you can just change the software, and then I can help you do that. Ableton can help you do that. Any more questions? I have still for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Kelly?
You already have these available, and also I'm wondering if someone already speaks Vietnamese, would they be able to pick up on it, or
Yes.
do they really need training?
Good question. Up to this point, my company has already produced 3,000 keyboards, and I have them stacked downstairs. You can take a look later. You can tap Vietnamese. Vietnamese right now, you have to tap 2 keys to get 1 letters. My keyboard can tap Vietnamese. You get 1 key up to 4 letters. You can also tap syllables and whole word expansion. It's all about software and keyboard integration. It's much faster. You can't believe how much faster it is. You can try. And
Are you using predictive modeling to get the extra keystrokes?
that is the next phase of my company development. There's always software involved with keyboard, right? But right now, the Vietnamese language and Spanish especially, they don't have dedicated physical keyboard. You have to try to use the more like an acrobat to get the letters out. It's almost like you want to kill your finger and twist your back in a certain way. It's no fun. Ask my Hispanic friend; they know. Anyone else? Sir. Pardon me, sir?
Have you thought about making it a virtual?
A virtual keyboard.
In other words, it shows up on the screen, not physical.
Yes, you can. But there's one thing about human nature. We humans, we all like to touch things, right? So we have technology allowed to do touch screen, keyboard, and all that. But the feeling, the human touch is very important. Like babies, when you grow up, you like to touch. That's essential human ability, human need to kind of take that away. We have added values to a certain product, but something valuable, essential, we don't want to take away. So keyboard still exists for the next 10 years, up until I pass away. That's quite true. But right now, there's a lot of people use laptops. You use laptop. That's physical keyboard, right? So my keyboard is not that. It's very low price, okay? And then, if you want to talk more, I can go down to 3rd floor. I talk to you about it. How about that? Any more questions, ma'am?
So whenever you have 4 different languages, so is it able to identify when you have a language with left to right, right to left, and up and down? Like, can you do all that with the same code?
Yes, yes. My keyboard is it's actually essentially a QWERTY keyboard with extra row to tap that 13 missing letter or 13 the 10 accent tones. That you can, if you can use that 10 accent mark and tone, you can essentially tap 1/3 the world's language that use Latin alphabet and also accent and tone marks.
But what about like left to right and right to
And
left?
that's essential. I have another layout that allows you to tap like words like this. All the consonants go on left side, all the vowels on the right side, and wherever the consonant ending or if you know languages, talk about there's all the words, multiple words language. We spoken, we start with the syllables, and then all the vowels have to be essentially built into the word itself. Not a single word out there you can write without a vowel. There is all we need a vowel. So it's consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. There's the rhythm and tapping. It's like dancing, tap dancing, like tango. It's very fun. I loved it. Talk to me more. Sure. More questions?
What's your cost per unit?
Like I
No,
showed
what do
you
you
right
pay?
now,
What do you
it's an entry level,
What's it costing
$49.
you?
Pardon me, sir?
What's it costing you
What's me?
to make a unit?
Well, essentially, when I did this, cost me about $10 per keyboard. I didn't include, storage, import tax, and all that revenues, research and development. That costs a lot more. But I'll just ask me more. I have more questions for you, more answers for you downstairs. A whole stack of people you touch and feel yourself. Ma'am?
I saw the keyboard myself, and it's excellent. You take that, you did I, it's to make a misspell. My name totally wrong. This keyboard, when it comes, the teacher sit down, look at the book, and type. Because it's stress forward. That's exactly what it didn't say. Consonant, vowel, accent, and they just look at it. If they know, they just sit and type. See, we take like and I still misspell my name. And we need a language, we need something like that because we have documents, we have medical, we have law, we have all that in the library. We need that, and it's excellent.
She is the living proof that this keyboard we need. The English keyboard needs to upgrade to a super keyboard because I will help the English keyboard take over the world because I'm the keyboard king. Thank you so much.
Give us 1 second to get our mic set up. Excellent example of why that keyboard is great.
You have come and look at it, it's excellent.
Welcome to today's formality.
All right, hello everyone, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. We are Formality, and we believe that the future of marketing looks a whole lot we believe that the future of marketing looks a whole lot less like advertising and more like entertainment. Let's talk about it. So people love watching content. I'm sure I don't have to remind you. I see some of us are getting more screen time right now. But there's one piece of content that we hate interacting with, advertisements. If I give you the option, press that skip ad button in the bottom left corner, majority of us are gonna take it. And that is a massive, massive problem for brands that are spending billions of dollars trying to interrupt what you're already watching and get your eyeballs on what they're selling. But Red Bull, they took a different approach. See, all the way back in 2006, Red Bull had 2 F1 teams. They were producing extreme sports events. And of course, we've all seen the jaw-dropping stunts that they pull off pretty regularly. That's because Red Bull understood something all the way back then in 2006 that brands now, 2026, are struggling to understand. That stories are an asset. And the brands who own their story and their voice and their audience, that translates to higher customer lifetime value, brand loyalty, and ultimately, if you want to go global like Red Bull did, you can. So, we are Formality. We're a strategy consulting firm with video production capabilities, and very simply put, we turn businesses into shows that people cannot stop watching.
All right, so I'm Suleiman, and together we bring almost 20 years of experience across feature films, documentaries, brand strategy, and business development. And through that work, we noticed something really interesting. Every great business already has a story worth watching. They're usually either missing the point or just marketing it the wrong way. And so when a founder wants to grow, they're pushed into the same playbook. Run ads, post more, chase the algorithm, and repeat it the next month. The old rinse and repeat method, which frankly is boring and tiring. So we asked a very different question. Not what you should be posting this week, but rather, what would people choose to watch every single week? And that answer becomes a repeatable format that we develop for our clients. So let's talk about our competition. We predominantly compete with agencies, and agencies are obsessed with impressions. Honestly, what the hell even is an impression? They just disappear the next month. So So we focus on the audience because an audience returns. They buy. Most of all, they tell their friends. And through that, your marketing stops being an expense and starts becoming an asset instead, a monetizable media property. And the opportunity here is quite significant. Global marketing spends around $1 trillion a year, and $500 billion of that goes towards content marketing. And it continues to grow. So, let's talk about the fun part. How do we make money? So, we start with the strategy. We spend some time with the business, and we develop an original format. We take the business's value proposition and their differentiators, and we convert it into some sort of an entertaining format. From there, we charge an upfront production fee on any project that we take under. And then from there, through the winners that we can see very early on, we partner with them for the long-term upside, making sure that any future revenue that they make, we get a small piece of it through IP sharing.
So this summer, I'm proud to announce that we have traction, or as Gen Z would say, we have motion. Through Red Labs, we've really clarified our go-to market positioning. We have really honed in on who our ideal customer profile is, and we've made some great partnerships with production companies and PR firms. I'm proud to announce that this summer we've been working with Nora Outdoor Theater, clients like Preservation Houston, and going into the fall, we're releasing our first slate of original programming. So we're traveling all the way to West Virginia, Smoking Chimneys. They're a sustainable trout farm, and we're helping them grow their YouTube channel to the next level. We're also partnering with a lot of the leading interior designers here in Houston, including one in particular who I can't mention, but we're developing a show for him on Homeworthy, which is one of the largest interior design YouTube channels in the world. At the moment, we're operating a lot like a studio. We're finding people who need content and partnering with distributors to provide them with original programming. But the hope is, over time, with enough original IP underneath our belt, that we will be the distribution partner as well. So, one more time, the paradigm isn't clicking. In the old days, businesses used to advertise around the shows. But we believe today's attention economy that is increasingly getting more and more niche down, that the business is the show. So our ask today is very simple. We're asking for future-thinking businesses and their business partners like PR firms to understand that the traditional old campaigns are tired and boring. We're looking for people who want to own their story, their voice, and their audience, and see all the upside that comes with it. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Dao,
Suleiman.
and we hope to talk to you downstairs.
So if I'm a small business and I want to partner with you all, you kind of highlighted the initial engagement fee and then kind of your idea for retention moving forward. What would be my upfront costs? And from a video editing standpoint, because capturing content from my experience is not easy, but the easier side of it, it's the editing that really takes the time. Are you all wearing that hat continuously? Are you going to do that in-house?
Yes, so we do have production companies that we will outsource to, but really that strategy piece, like I said, is what we're holding on to. Actually, if I come over here to this example, Smoking Chimneys is already a YouTube channel. We've been working with the same videographer for about 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie, they have a good eye, but that larger storytelling angle, that's really what's missing from the channel right now. So in that situation specifically, we're partnering up. They're actually doing the editing and everything on the long term. We're almost like a showrunner for that YouTube channel. On the flip side of that, the reason that Homeworthy is contracting us to bring original programming to their show is because in order to scale the way that they have, they've kind of lowered their production quality a little bit. And so they're really looking for us to kind of bring an editorial show to their platform. And to the earlier question as a business owner, how you would engage us, we have a few different offers. We don't take serious every single person. We're able to do content days, regular types of videos for people. We kind of test out, and that's a big part of our strategy piece. Just kind of seeing how time is your audience for something bigger.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great. You mentioned about the audience, and usually now with have you thought about making it personalized or categorize audience? I have different pattern of
ideally, that's the whole point of kind of veering away from that traditional playbook of just running ads and seeing what sticks to the wall. The whole point of spending the time with the business and developing a very custom playbook for you and your business is that the audience for your business is already being kept in mind. We already would have an idea of what the kind of people that you're trying to target are going after. And so that is the consideration since day one of making sure that it is a very custom, on both ends, a very custom solution for your business, but also for the audience who will be watching your business and will be your fans.
And really to that point of AI too, like I kind of said earlier, like we live in an attention economy and it is getting increasingly niche down. People watch specifically what they want to watch. But because of that, you know, in the old days, maybe on HGTV, 1 hour sitting down with an interior designer, not everybody's going to sit through that. But because they have really niche down there, that's how they've been able to build their channel. And so authenticity, especially in this AI age, is really, really important to our strategy. Yes.
So with your upfront fees and kind of business model, is that enough to handle the OpEx expenses in the time that you have to handle?
Can you say that one more time?
So like the operational expenses that you have to put in, is the upfront fees that you're taking from them going to be good enough to handle all the production and all the editing and work that you guys have to do, the equipment and whatever you're providing? Is that enough, or is that only going to be covered and you're going to make profit when you retain them as a long-term partner?
No, so the production piece up front, quite frankly, is what we've been doing for the last 2-3 years. So we know that part of the business is profitable. Really, the strategy really allows us to scale. And coming back to profitability, and we've been reading a lot of books recently about how to refine your offer, really bring people up that ladder chain, that value chain.
Thanks for the questions. We'll have to keep them down. Give us 1 second here. Somehow Liana and I have this thing. Caleb Mayamaro here with
Hi, my name is Caleb Mayamaro. I'm the creative director for Labs Summer Accelerator Program. Over the last 2 years, I've found that people rarely buy clothes out of the system. After releasing multiple collections, selling through drops and vendor events, and collecting customer feedback, what we learned is that our customers value how a piece makes them feel just as much as how it looks. That's why we help young men feel confident and express who they are. We operate with a focus on quality by utilizing premium fabrics and direct-to-garment printing paired with intentional graphics that have a message or a story behind it. Locally, similar brands like Bottega Desires and 77 Studios have built a real strong following in Houston streetwear space. And bigger brands like Bottega Desires are able to capture over $150 per individual item. These brands are proof that consumers willing to pay for strong design. And Timeless differentiates itself through our brand identity and not by trying to compete on the cheapest option. What makes me different as a founder is I'm not trying to enter the space from outside of it. As a college student myself, I started by targeting the customer segment that I understood best. This allows for me to easily build trust with my customer base. And on the production side, I've had experience from manufacturers ranging from right here in Houston all the way to Pakistan and China. This experience allows for me to refine my production process and access more consistent pricing, better quality, and better customization for my products. Through this foundation, I'm able to scale and access a much larger market opportunity. The total addressable market for streetwear consumers nationally is over $2 billion. And for customers, and just for male customers in Houston alone, we can reach over $370 million serviceably. But even just focusing on our current customer segment, we can still access over $2 million nationally. Our customers mainly shop through local events, word of mouth, and social platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. That's why we target that's exactly what we target our business model. Through this, we have a real path to business by way of local retail partnerships in Houston, Texas.
Currently, we operate as a one-person operation. Through my background in graphic design, I've been able to run full creative direction and generate over $7,000 in sales since I started Timeless. Long term, the vision is to build Timeless into a strong lifestyle brand with a recognizable cultural presence. Over the next 90 days, I'll be releasing my third collection, as well as utilizing our SMS list and vendor events in order to increase demand. Over the next 6 months, we'll repeat this process and increase customer acquisition with expanded product categories and larger bulk orders. However, as we continue to scale, we plan to increase our annual revenue as well as increase our customer base while continuing to expand and establishing our manufacturing relationships. Through Red Labs, I built a strong foundation for my business, and today, all we ask for is mentors with a background in fashion who are able to help us establish manufacturing relationships, retail connections, and other things that will help us scale as we continue to grow. For those wishing to support Timeless, signing up for our SMS list and following the brand on social media are a great way to help us and support us.
Questions for Caleb?
One of the big I feel like the industry opportunity.
Yeah, there definitely is.
You talked a lot about scaling. How will you achieve that?
Yeah, of course. As I continue to grow and gain a larger customer base, the ability to attend vendor events in several locations or handle retail partnerships while also doing internal sales is something that's going to be bigger than we have before. This is why, after a certain point, what would be considered like a regular amount of sales and generated revenue, I'll be able to bring on a dedicated assistant or marketing position that will be able to help me and also just help us just in general help as far as marketing, vending, managing retail relationships. Yes.
For the releases, are they limited, or is it like per demand? Like, how much are they making?
Yeah. When I plan collections, I do make limited releases. I definitely do. It's not something. If I make something, it's usually not going. The reason we release regular collections yearly is because most things that I make, I usually never make them again. It gives them a sense of exclusivity, and when we look back years from now, you know, you can find something archived and never seen it again. The value just increases as time goes. And I feel like I've always just felt like, especially with fashion, volume doesn't necessarily equate to value. And if I constantly just keep pushing out a shirt, the value of it goes down because it's always available.
You ever thought about using NIL as a way to get more quote unquote free marketing? Like you're your age, you guys are great basketball team, the young men on the team can wear your apparel and help you increase the visibility of it. Have you thought about looking into that?
Yeah, I've definitely considered on top of the basketball team, just athletes in general, especially at the campus that I'm at. There's definitely a strong presence for them, and I would be able to get a strong customer base by marketing to them as well. I've considered it in the past in the places in which I was doing my vendor events, as well as the size that I was at on social media. I wasn't necessarily able to access all the athletes and, you know, kind of get into their, build trust within their customer base. But as I've built a stronger brand presence, it's something I've been looking forward to getting into as a school district.
Because they have platforms to be able to hire at a lower cost athletes. So that would be something I would suggest you look into. I forgot the name of it, but think of it, I'll tell you.
Along that same line, you know, are there plans to do collaborations with people to expand your influence?
Yes. One of the things that I had, as I mentioned, was we do have plans to begin an ambassador program. I plan on officially starting the ambassador program as the school year starts. As the current, there's a very large amount of college students who are very into content creation and things like that, and some of them even really reach high levels as far as influence on social media platforms. And so, as the school year starts, my their collection releases, I plan on recruiting brand ambassadors, paying brand ambassadors, and having them be another method of increasing traction and growth.
What is the price point for your clothing, and when does the next collection officially become available?
My current price point, based on research, was set at $50. The logic behind that was just simply based on our research and the customer base that we're in, which is currently college students. Whenever you price things higher, usually around $70 to $80, people second guess whether or not they're going to buy it initially. And when you price it lower, people tend to question the quality of the pieces. So $50 is kind of like a little golden area where you can kind of generate quick sales. You can convince someone to buy it right away if they want to take someone to buy it. And sorry, your second question?
When is the next collection officially
The
available?
next collection will be out. I plan on releasing it as the school year starts, so by the latest will be the first week of September.
So what's your primary motivation with the company? Is the goal just to make money, or is it an outlet to express yourself as a designer and artist? What's the primary reason? I know both is ideal, but
Yeah, I used to always tell people this when I first started the business, that if I really could, I would kind of just make clothes for free. Like if I didn't need to pay my manufacturers, I wouldn't really charge anybody anything. I just like making clothes. The first time I ever released a collection, and then I sold out, and then I went on campus and just seen a bunch of people on my show. That's probably the happiest I was since I started the business. So honestly, I would love to just keep doing things like that. That's my biggest motivation. If I can get to a spot where, I don't have to charge people too much, and I can, make stuff. I know people who, they have, like Chris is handprint stuff in his office, you know what I mean? So, like, if I had the skills to hand manufacture everything without charging anybody, I would love to just have people walking around with clothes,
quick follow. What program are you in at UH? Are you in the arts program? Or?
Yeah, I'm an art student. I'm an art student. Yeah, I was a
Connect you,
graphic design student with that. Thank you.
And you also said you're gonna be a lifestyle.
If you were too old, it wouldn't really be timeless, right? So, you know what
All right, everybody, founders, head down to the showcase. Guests, please sit here for one moment. You guys have to get down there.
That was
Yeah. Okay. I really don't. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want nothing, or do you want internal? I want an internal, but I guess they're not. Oh yeah, go internal.
There is another room. Let's see what they're all about.
Oh yeah.
If you are able to, most of the questions, or most of the asks we had this year.
Y'all, he's breaking stuff down.
Sorry, guys.
Founders,
Just
go
give me
ahead
one
and head
moment,
downstairs. Everybody can talk to y'all down there. Thank you. Great job.
Thank you, Gina. A lot of the questions really were just asking for connections. So, which is a really simple ask, and I really love to see that because those connections can lead to great things, way more than money can. Although Scrap would love $1 million. So if you're feeling that app, open your pocketbook. I also want to thank the tremendous mentors that we had, many that are here in this room right now, that helped us through this summer. These guys grew so much over the summer, and it would not have been possible without you guys. And so thank you so much for showing up on Thursday evenings, on video calls, and meeting with them one-on-one. I know there were some really great connections that were made throughout the summer. The mentors is one of the best things about this program. We have so many wonderful mentors, and it really is, it is all down to you guys. We can help teach them the basics. We can help them with their teach practice and doing different things like that. But you guys are really what's behind the growth. Let's see, we've got the volunteers are wearing white t-shirts. We've got one right back here in the corner at Rita. If you get lost or need any help or any questions, they will help you. And I am at the end of my list of things to say. So let's head down to the 3rd floor. There's an elevator right here, and there is also an elevator at the other end of the hall. Please utilize those to head to the next room, and there will be volunteers showing you the way. Thank you again, everyone.
Sorry, I'm like now in the middle of you.
There you go.
I know, but it's
Caleb?
Like
yeah.
Tyler.